Hi everyone, my name is Miss Lisa and we're here at the Fayette County Public Library today with another episode of Fun Foods. Today we are going to do a variation on the popcorn ball. This is going to be a popcorn square. So what you need is some popcorn. Now the recipe suggests that you have just plain popcorn. Maybe some sea salt on it, but not butter. Don't get the butter popcorn. So don't think you can go pop a bag of popcorn and use it, because it probably won't be any good unless you have just the plain type of popcorn. This one has some sea salt on it. You're going to need a stick of butter. You're going to need some marshmallows. You're going to need some melting baking chocolate. Some graham crackers that are crunched up. Okay, and you're just going to use a small pan. I have my 8x8 here today, and you're going to need a skillet, and I have a stovetop over here with my melted chocolate, which is the topping for this popcorn square. All right, so what we need to do first is go ahead and make a graham cracker crust. All you need to do is take your graham crackers, and I used 2 whole sleeves of graham crackers. I put them in a plastic bag, and I pounded them until they were just little dusty little pieces of graham cracker. So with that, you're going to want to have some melted butter, and I did 6 tablespoons of melted butter. I know I'm not going to need that all, but you want to make sure you have enough and that the graham crackers all come together in a nice crust. So we're just going to pour some of that melted butter in here on the graham crackers, about half of it, and I'm going to stir it up. And you can see that it's not coming together real well yet, so we're going to need some more butter. So I'm going to go ahead and put another teaspoon or so of butter in there and continue to stir. I think it's getting to be where I can pat it down into a good crust. So I'm going to transfer my graham crackers into my 8x8 baking dish. And then I'm going to pat that down so that we have a really yummy graham cracker crust. Okay, try to make it even all the way around. All right. Yummy little graham cracker crust there. All right, the next step is to melt the marshmallows. So you're going to need just a little bit of butter in your skillet. So here I'm just going to take about a teaspoon here. Woo, it's already hot. Might be too hot. I don't want to burn my marshmallows or burn my butter. All right, I'm going to add just a little bit more. Now, with your bag of marshmallows, you're only going to want to do 3/4 of a bag. You want to save a few marshmallows to put on the popcorn square at the end. Saving about a cup or so of marshmallows at the end. There for use later. Alright, so we're going to melt our marshmallows. It usually doesn't take very long in a skillet. You just keep stirring them. Get those marshmallows all melted up. Okay. Alright, we just got to keep stirring them. I'm not sure. They're starting to melt here. I had turned it down. I hope I hadn't turned it down too much. Turn it back up just a little bit. Definitely don't want some burnt marshmallow. That might be good for some recipes, but not this one. Okay, now, while these are melting, I'm going to go ahead and get my popcorn ready. I'll let that sit just a minute. You need 4 cups of popcorn. So I'm going to go ahead, and I have a 2-cup measuring cup here. I'll go ahead and get my first 2 cups of popcorn ready. I might need to nibble on a couple of those. Alright, so we're going to keep stirring this until those marshmallows are all melted. And then what we're going to do is put 4 cups of popcorn into the melted marshmallow. Alright. I think it's about done. Go ahead and turn the heat off. And I actually need to disengage the electricity. Alright, so then we're going to pour in some marshmallow. I'm sorry, I just poured the popcorn into the marshmallow. And we need to go ahead and get the other 2 cups of popcorn. Alright. And then pour that into the marshmallow cream. Okay, we're going to want to really make sure those pieces of popcorn get all coated with that marshmallow yumminess. Alright, once it gets coated, then we have to then transport this marshmallow popcorn mixture into our pan on top of our graham cracker crust. Okay, this is sort of heavy, so let me see if I can't tip that all in there. Okay, little awkward here. Get that marshmallow and popcorn into the pan. Okay, then we're going to smooth it out. Now the recipe calls for extra marshmallow on top of this. So what we need to do, remember we saved back about a cup of marshmallow. So we're just going to take that and add it to the top. Spread it out a little bit. Probably could have used a little bit more, but that's okay. Then we just add the chocolate. Okay, now you could leave it that way if you wanted to, but you know, chocolate makes everything better. So I'm going to come over here to my melted chocolate, and I'm hoping that I can just sort of drizzle it out here. I think it got a little hard. All right, see if we can drizzle the chocolate out, the little pour spout here. Well, I'm not a really good pourer. I was going to hopefully make some little lines here today, but maybe I'll just cover the whole top of it with chocolate. Okay, so we have this melted chocolate, this candy melt is what you're going to want, and just pour it on top of the marshmallows and popcorn. Once you get all the chocolate on that you want, spread it out a little bit. It will harden because you need to put this dessert into the refrigerator for 30 minutes before you eat it. Now, my husband and I have had this at home before, and really if you wait 2 to 3 days to eat it, then the popcorn gets a little soggy with all that marshmallow cream, and it tastes even yummier than when you eat it right after you've made it. So that's an option to keep it till later. So now what does it look like after you put it in the refrigerator and cut it? Take a look at this, folks. Isn't this yummy? So you have your graham cracker crust, your marshmallows and popcorn, and chocolate on top. This is what I call delicious. This is a popcorn square. Well, thank you so much for joining me here today at the Fayette County Library. I'm Miss Lisa, and this has been Fun Foods. See me again next Tuesday for another great recipe.